Hey everyone, it's Monday and I had some time, so I figured let me take a look at some of the suggestions here. And Handsome Jansen has suggested I do a few artists: Fontaine's DC, Emma Ruth Rundle, and Future Islands. So I picked Emma Ruth Rundle. I just picked any song. This song is called Return. I have it queued up. If you're new to the channel, just let you know how I do things here. I play the song all the way through. I don't like to stop the song. I feel it does a disservice to the artist. And music is meant to be consumed in a complete package. So whether it's a song or a symphony or a string quartet, don't get up and walk out while they're still playing. As a musician, you don't want people to do that to you. So I won't do that to anyone else. So anyway, let's take a listen. Emma Ruth Rundle, a song called Return. I don't know anything about her. I did call up the lyrics over here. I haven't really looked at them yet, so let's listen.
To me. steady you guide, and all the things a pound of flesh can't buy. Where have you gone to? Where have you gone to return to me, to return again, return to me, return again.
Wow. That's really very artistic work. Very, really artistic. And I'm going to take a quick look at the lyrics here. And I've said before, my mind kind of works musically, so I'm busy listening to the chord structure and geez, what mode is it? What note is that? What's the bass note there? What's happening? So I don't often listen to the lyrics the first time through because I'm more drawn towards listening to the music. And I'll talk a little bit about the music right after this because I found there's a lot of cool stuff happening in there. So, okay, so the song is called Return. And the chorus is return to me, return again, return to me, return again. Hey. So, yeah, I mean, right off the bat, without knowing anything about this song, is she talking about a person, a lover? Is she talking about a part of her that's missing, something like that? So I was trying to look through the lyrics here and listen, and it seems to be a little abstract. It reminds me a little bit of Radiohead. And again, I may get murdered for saying this, but the lyrics are kind of abstract. They apparently, most of us write stuff from our own experiences. And sometimes they just come out, the feeling comes out, without it really being a concrete thing to say, I'm happy, I'm sad. Sometimes the imagery says it. Sometimes the music says it, So here, a rich belief that no one sees you. Your ribbon cut from all the fates, some hound of hell looking for handouts. The breath between things no one says. I don't know. I don't know 100%, what she's getting at there, but I love this wordplay. I like the imagery. I like a rich belief that no one sees you. Are we talking about not wanting to be vulnerable or something like that? Your ribbon cut from all the fates. Your ribbon, the cloth that you're cut from, of who you are and where you came from. Some hound of hell looking for handouts. Is that you? You're some hound of hell looking for handouts. The breath between things no one says. I love that line. That is really cool. The breath, in other words, the unspoken things, that are the pith and the meaning of things. I love that. That's cool. Author of a poor design, no one to steady your hand. So what is this poor design? Is this, are you talking about yourself saying that, you're doing the best you can and you're the author of a poor design, you're flawed, so to speak, no one to steady your hand? All things lost in their own time. All things lost in their own time. Where have you gone to? Where have you gone to? So my initial thing is I don't think, at least to me, that this song is about a person specifically. I have a feeling this song is about something within you. That was kind of like the first impression I got, where you feel like I've lost something. I've lost part of myself for whatever reason, return to me again. Some demi-monde. Okay, if anybody can tell me what that is, I'm going to have to look that up. Monde is world in French, right? Demi is like half, kind of. Let's see if demi-monde. Half world. I was right. Some half world. So a social group existing on the fringes of respectable society. Some demi-monde astride the crossing. So here you are, this half-world person astride the crossing. In other words, you're not committed to one way or the other. You're reaching for a lifelike face. You stumble to the cellar door, and your fragments glitter. Your fragments glitter the eyelids of a child. Your fragments glitter. Wow. I don't know specifically what she means by that, but that's. You stumble to the cellar door, and your fragments glitter the eyelids of a child. Wow, that could be kind of deep, in here you are, kind of a lost. And again, I may be totally wrong about my interpretation of this song. I don't know, but I think half the fun is picking it apart and trying to see. Reaching for a lifelike face, you don't even feel real anymore. You're reaching out. You're in this half world, reaching out for maybe a relationship or something to hope to make yourself whole or to make yourself a part of the real world. You stumble to the cellar, so obviously, you take a tumble, and your fragments glitter the eyelids of a child. It's almost as if you're falling, and your defeat is something somebody else is watching and with amazement, with awe. At least that's what I'm getting from it. Author of a poor design, no one to steady your gaze, and all the things a pound of flesh can't buy. And all the things a pound of flesh can't buy. Where have you gone to? Where have you gone to? So it's almost as if this person is looking for themselves. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. I didn't really watch the video. I try not to watch the video too much because it takes away my concentration from listening to the music, because our minds are just much more attracted to visual stimuli than the other senses. That will always take priority. So I try not to watch the video because it's usually, I don't know in this case, but a lot of times it's somebody else's interpretation of the song, not the artist's interpretation of the song. The music, the sounds I'm hearing in here, I'm counting on being the artist's interpretation of the song. So that's really what I want to listen to. Let's take a little listen to the music. Let's go back to the beginning of the song here. And I like it. Caught my attention right away. I'll tell you why. D, right? D. Oh, okay. That's really odd. Either my guitar or my keyboard is a half step off. It's the keyboard. And why would that be? That doesn't make sense. I'm going to pause this and just reset the keyboard, because I think I need to use that instead of the guitar. Yeah, the keyboard was a half step flat. Very, very strange. You have all this equipment. I've got a monster studio here with great vintage and new keyboards over there, a whole rack. I don't know if you can see any of them. And occasionally there'll be a ghost in the machine, and God knows why. Cosmic ray hits an electron or moves an atom somewhere, and things go a little loopy. That. If you do any of these, if there's some of you out there that also do streaming and stuff, you'll get everything set up, and then you'll go back the next day and something's completely messed up. It's the craziest thing. Anyway, let's take a listen. So it sounded like D. It is. did you hear that Lydian? You know what Lydian is? Let's just go with piano there. We don't need the strings. That sound there, that's a Lydian sound. So that could, right off the bat, that could be telling you that we're either in Lydian mode or that this is the 4 chord of the key, because the 4 chord of the key is going to have that sound to it. So let's listen, and I know what it is, but let's listen and rediscover it. Nice. Okay, so what we did there was we went. There's your Lydian sound, but then we go up to the F sharp minor chord, which this is the 9 of, and resolves to the 3rd, and then up to the. This is actually the tonic, so this is the key of A, but the song starts on the 4 chord. Really, really nice. It's just so. It's very serene and introspective. It's so good. So what's interesting, even though it starts here, instead of coming in here at the beginning of the phrase, she comes in. This is where the verse starts. So the verse doesn't start at the beginning of the phrase that we hear here. You would think that this is the beginning of each phrase. Right? That sounds like 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Right? Sounds very natural. Like she should come in singing right here, but she doesn't. She comes in.
Rich belief that no one sees you.
Nice.
Your ribbon cut from all the fates. Some hound of hell looking for handouts. The breath between things no one said. Oh, so rob design.
So we have the same chord progression, but I know it changed.
No one to study your hand. All things lost in their own time. Where have you gone to? Where have you gone to?
So still going around. Okay, now we're at 5 chord. It's a B minor. D. F sharp minor. Ooh, right there. Do you hear that? I'm hearing hearing a G over an F sharp minor, which is in classical harmony. That's wrong. You don't do that. It just works. So this reminds me a lot of like stuff that Tom York does. You know, it's kind of pushing the envelope of harmonies in some cases. You know, when she went what was that? It was the E to the B minor, then up to this F sharp. Interesting, right? So if you're in A, that G is not in the key of this song. So that's pushing the boundary a little bit. So that's an outside note or a tension on that chord. It does work, but it's implying a different key. So I found that to be really, really interesting. Let me go back for a second. F sharp minor, it's probably gonna back to the D. Now we're back to the beginning. So you hear that?
Someday me I'm on astride the crossing.
So you're an A. That string sound. It's just the other time. Very simple, very clean, but just really, really great. I think a song like this, you know, this isn't for the average person. I don't think. You know, you need an attention span and patience. You know. When I was growing up, you'd buy an album because everybody else had it. Oh, this is the best thing. You put it on, you go, I don't know. I like the song that was on the radio, but I'm not sure I like all those other songs. And then you listen to it a second time and a third time, and you're like, oh, well, I like this song too. This other song's pretty good. And after you listen to it like 10 times, 20 times, you're like, oh, this is my favorite album. I love every song on here. And from a lot of you Radiohead guys were telling me is that, you know, when Radiohead kind of changed and went into the Kid A phase and stuff like that. It's, you know, some people were just like, what the hell is this? And now they're going, yeah, now I get it. I just didn't get it back then. So this is one of those songs. So this song is what I'm hearing is someone who's pouring their heart and soul into this music. This is more of an artist in my mind than like just a musician. You know, a musician is somebody who can entertain you playing music. An artist is somebody that can not only entertain you, but make you feel and convey very, very deep emotions that, you know, just a simple song telling a story, you know, doesn't really convey. You know, I don't know if I'm making myself clear, but this is a more of a, it's like a sculpture. This is like going to an art museum and looking at a piece of art and going, you know, this is really deep. I need to think about this to understand it. And at first blush, if you're not in the mood or in the frame of mind or the type of person that really wants to know about that, you might just completely dismiss it and go, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me, and move on, rather than, you know, really have maybe the experience or just the emotional curiosity to go, you know, what is this all about? So I think this is really cool. So she sounds like she's a real interesting artist and somebody I definitely want to hear more of. I am going to go back a little bit and play a little bit more because I don't want to leave the song half done. Watch the video.
Your fragments glitter the islands of a giant.
See, this is where I find videos to be confusing a little bit. So I had this wonderful vision of fragments. What is that line? The one she just said. Your fragment. You stumble to the cellar door, and your fragments glitter the eyelids of a child. Yeah, I found that to be a very interesting and awe-inspiring type of idea, type of imagery to me. But looking at the video, with the coins on the eyes and this dark person, this dark figure surrounding her, it makes me think of death. So, I like what I thought when I listened to it. That resonated with me. This may be her intention. I don't know.
Glitter the islands of a child.
It just confuses me a little bit.
No one to steady you, guide, and all the things a pound of flesh can't buy. Where have you gone to? Have you gone to return?
I like that.
To me, to return again.
Little kind of Middle Eastern sounding there. That little.
To me, return again.
So definitely interesting song. I like this a lot. I hope you're here to go the distance with me on this because I got a kick out of this. I think this was really a nice piece of music, and it really does remind me a little bit of like Radio Shack and Tom York as far as the depth, the emotional depth of the music. This, you can tell this is deep. And a lot of times I'll listen to like a Radiohead song and go, I don't know what the hell he's singing there. I don't know what the hell he's talking about there, but man, I like it. I like the visions it's conjuring up and everything. And this gives me the same kind of vibe, especially when we get to that, the whole pushing the boundaries a little bit harmonically. And even though the chords are simple, the way she sings it and her phrasing makes it kind of like a puzzle and makes it harmonically more interesting than just simple three chords would lead you to believe they would sound. So I like it a lot. So Handsome Jansen, thank you for this. Definitely cool. So thanks a lot, and I'll be back. I don't know if I can get to any more tonight, but I'm going to get to some more during the week. All right, guys. See you later. Thanks.